everyone, and welcome back to the House of Flame. In this video we will be concluding our series for the different songs that we have in the particular mod pack we've been working with. Now, these songs that we're working with, the Aggressium songs, are of course going to be a little bit more explosive in our efforts to work on them, so we have a few targets that we're going to be practicing with today. As you can see, we've laid out a few creepers here just to demonstrate the effectiveness of each of the different songs. But with that being said, the Aggressium songs are, I think, while they are the most numerous of the songs in the pack, also some of the songs that still need a bit of work, so you'll see that as we go through, some of the songs don't actually have any animations on them at all just yet, but others have actually got animations built in. So we're going to start this session going through the songs that we have that are actually animated, that have proper models and everything else that need to go with. But yeah, then we'll finish off with the ones that are still a bit of a work in progress. And also, seeing that we've had a few people asking, how do we get songs? How do we use the songs? What do we do? I am going to also, first of all, turn off the weather, because I don't want to do this. I don't feel like doing this in the rain. But we're going to be also going through at the end of the session just a little heads up for the different ways that you can use the songs in the mod, and also, more importantly, the vanilla-friendly way to actually get songs to work or collect songs as you progress through the mod. So with that being said, let's start off with our first of the Aggressium songs. The first song that we're going to be looking at for the list of our Aggressium songs is the the rather iconic Aggressium that we've seen quite a few times as we go through the series, used by, of course, Tigran, our little aggressive little Voltaris gremlin that likes to throw explosive balls of energy at old people. Now, in the mod, the song is fairly simple. We will just aim the song at our opponent, charge and fire, creating a fairly nice explosion effect where it collides with the enemy. Now, also, as we do go through these songs, please just do keep in mind the songs, as I mentioned in the last video that I made for Protesium, some of these do have customizable settings, so while I am firing off Aggressium blasts that are vaporizing the creepers on the spot, you can tweak the settings so that they're a little less potent if you don't want them to be one-shot wonders. Now, the next Aggressive song that we are going to be looking at is Aggro Beam. Now, this, again, another quite fairly iconic song from the series, the Tired Singer's aggressive song that he used quite well a few times in the series. This particular song is fairly effective at pinpoint use against specific mobs at a longer distance. Again, there are some config items you can use here to increase the distance at which you can shoot enemy mobs, and also, again, increase or decrease the power of the laser, as we will see here. This can be fairly difficult to use in third-person mode. As you can see, the beam kind of just goes everywhere where you're pointing, but in first person it is a very strong song to use and is quite effective even at a longer range from you. But again, like I said, you do just need to make sure that you've configured the distance on the song so that you actually can reach whatever particular mob it is that you want to use as target practice, or you are just going to be wasting your efforts pointing the laser beam in the wrong direction. Now, the next song that we have is a song we actually haven't seen in the series, our Aggro Detonate. In essence, the song that was described as Velvedoris's song that she was using in the Songs of War series. But again, since we never actually saw this particular song, we've had a few creative liberties be taken with this particular song. It's in essence a combination of the Aggro Beam and the Aggressium Sphere, as while it's not quite as powerful as the Sphere, it is easier to aim and can fly a further distance, while still causing a decent amount of explosive damage to whatever mob you are deciding to take pot shots at. And it does have a fairly effective launching capability if you manage to hit the mob in just the right spot. Now, the next song that we're going to be looking at is one that doesn't really require too much aiming, so I can do this without the HUD being turned on. This is Aggro Shard. Now, we've seen this used quite effectively in the last battle scene from the Songs of War series, and yeah, it still works in basically the same way. Just find our targets and attack, throwing little Aggressium shards all over the place. It's not very accurate, obviously, because it's in essence a scatter shot of Aggressium going all over the show, but yeah, it still does quite a good job of tagging pretty much anything that's in the general vicinity of whatever you want to shoot, and if you happen to just scroll your mouse across the screen, you can hit quite a few shots off if you're just aiming in the general vicinity of several mobs or players that you'd like to tag. Now, the next song that we're going to be working with, with our little creeping friend back here, is not the most devastating song, but is, again, another fairly iconic song from the series, our Aggro Blast. Now, this song is mostly designed to just shove enemy mobs away from you. You're not necessarily going to kill anybody with this, but it's fairly effective if you just want to blow them off of a building or something of that nature. Now, again, this song doesn't have a proper model just yet. It's one of the songs where we are still working on that, but it does at least do exactly as intended, and this can be quite an effective song at the very least, like with the Mobility Burst, one of my other favourite songs, to just make a nuisance of oneself if you're dealing with other players. Hi! The next song that we have in our arsenal of weapons is Thalius's own song, the Aggro Quake. This is still, again, another song that's a work in progress. It doesn't have any models, but again, it is working perfectly as far as mechanics are concerned. Now, as you can see, we have our test subjects in the corner over there. We're going to just fly our way over and blast them off the cliff. The song is again, mostly designed for shoving entities. You're not necessarily going to do an extraordinary amount of damage with this song, but if you just need to get a bunch of mobs off your back, or again, you're just messing with your friends on the server, this will work very nicely. Now, the last of the songs that we have that are mechanically finished is the Aggro Storm. Now, this still requires a little bit of work, obviously, for the appropriate visuals, but this song, as we've seen with Zenaida from the series, will be a very effective song if you're, again, the same as working with Aggro Quake, surrounded by a large number of enemies that you need to deal with. Although, instead of pushing the enemies away, you're drawing them all closer to you. Especially with creepers, this is probably not the smartest thing to do, but it'll still work quite nicely. That guy over there, he's trying to run away. Let's catch him. Oh, here he comes. We're really living, boys. There we go. We got him. I think I overcooked the damage on this particular song in the config. Now, the last of the songs that we have for the Aggressium class in this mod is a fairly explosive one. It's this particular song still needs a bit of work, both visually and then also some mechanics, I think, for this. But this is Aggro Shock. Now, as we've seen in the last battle and also in the intro for Songs of War, Aggro Shock is really just ultimate power, unlimited power as you decide to throw aggressive lightning bolts at your enemies. At the moment, lightning bolts isn't the problem, but adding the Aggressium to the lightning bolts is it's proving to be a little bit of a challenge, as while we can certainly electrocute our objects, this isn't exactly the sort of Aggressium blast that we have in mind. I mean, we're just throwing Minecraft lightning bolts at things. The creepers don't mind. I mean, they get quite charged up and hyped for the excitement, but I personally don't want to be throwing lightning bolts around. I mean, unless I'm trying to create a witch in Minecraft, then maybe I'll use this, but charged creepers are not exactly the safest thing to have running around in your base. And that, my friends, is the last of the songs that we have in the Aggressium category. Now, as you can see, I have changed my wardrobe yet again, as we are now going to be taking a little detour through how to acquire songs in the first place, and then how to equip them in the series. Now, for simple complexities or a simple process, if you want to do this in creative, all you need to do is search for the particular song that you're going to be looking for in the series, whatever particular song strikes your fancy, and then run the fairly straightforward command in the console to give yourself the particular power that you want to use. I should turn off the recipe thing here if I actually want to see what that looks like. I'm struggling with the buttons here apparently. But if you are going to be doing this in survival, you will need a few things. First, you are going to be looking for notes. These are the core construct of how to actually make the different songs in this particular mod pack. It's a little silly, I know, but it's fun. So what you're going to be doing is looking throughout the world of Ardonia to acquire song notes. And the best way to do that is to make use of an item we have here, our Song Stone. This, in essence, resonates with whatever particular type of song energy happens to be in the area, in this case, Protesium, and you need to then extract that energy via the use of a note block. Now, obviously this is really quite simple. All you're going to be doing is hitting the note block until you get notes from the chunk. You need 9 notes to create a song, and if you're going to use the best method of actually finding these song notes with the Song Stone, well, you're going to need a Nether Star. This isn't cheap, guys. This is fairly expensive the commodity that we've got going here with the Song Stone. But if you are just going to try and get lucky and find the type of song that you're looking for, you can just walk around in the world, place down a note block, and then just keep playing the notes until you acquire all of the different notes that you're going to be working with. There should be about 5 to 6 notes in any particular chunk, and the irregularity of how often chunks have these little song notes in the area depends on, again, more config files which you can tamper with at your discretion. Now, I don't want to sit here and drive myself insane by playing the note block over and over again, so I'm just going to give myself a few of these notes that I need. Now, after I have failed at typing and acquired myself a lovely crafting table so that I have the lovely song in question, the song that you create will then be randomized depending on whatever particular type of song you're going to get. Obviously, I'm very happy because I love my protosphere. Now, to use it, we need an Ardoni shrine. The Songs of War map provides these gratis, you don't need to do anything special, but if you are in a survival world, you will need to construct one of these to be able to infuse the power of one of your songs. Now, there is a schematic for this that's built into the mod. I'm not sure if Envoy's finished transferring the file so that you don't have to try and extract everything manually, but yeah, you will need to use the schematic file to create the necessary details for the shrine. That, or you could just copy the setup from one of the Songs of War servers or the world itself. I'll probably have a link to this file in the Discord once I've uploaded the video as well, just to make it easier for you guys. I took a while to figure out how to do the extraction myself, so I want to try and make it a little easier for you guys. But once you have the shrine, and more importantly, your song, now you are going to need to just chuck the song into one of the little alcoves and stare intently at the song. Patty, please, just shoot. Now you'll see that the song starts to glow and emit particles as you stare intently at the song, in essence just attuning yourself to the music of the song. Be warned, there are side effects to attuning yourself to the song, as you will see. Once you have begun the process and you complete the actual attunement, you will be afflicted with hunger and blindness for a few moments as an after effect of, oh my word, I don't like Minecraft's nausea effects. But basically you're just going to have some side effect for a few moments while you adjust to having the song, after which you can use it. Now, of course, if you're playing in a survival world where you aren't in the main Ardonia setting, you will still be able to acquire all the song notes and everything else that you need. It will just take a little bit of time to then craft the necessary shrines that you're going to use, but yeah, it's not that complicated to get everything sorted. Now, that will be everything that we're going to be working on in this particular video, going through all the details that you need to set yourself up with some songs, as well as having gone through the last of the song categories. I hope you guys enjoy this. We are still working on updating some of the other stuff for Mobilium, as well as Saporium, Protisium. Some of the songs, like you've seen, they don't all have pixels, animation, so it's still a work in progress, but this is where we are currently with all the available songs and how you actually get your hands on a few of them. I hope you guys do have a wonderful time exploring Ardonia, our vast and magical land. I'm completely forgetting the terms that Thalius was using, but that will be all from me, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night, and that we'll see you again in Ardonia. Bye!